like how right now in the fishing industry, you got to either be for Livescope or you against Livescope. You can't be in the middle, kind of where I'm at. On one hand, it's very cool technology. It works very, very well. It allows people to target fish they've never seen before. But do I think it's actually fishing? Like, no, I would rather actually go fishing and still fish the old-fashioned way. We're going to say catching fish is catching fish. That's very, very true. If you're in a tournament setting, it don't matter if you scope every single one of them or if you catch every one of them on a half-ounce spinnerbait. Catching fish and doing well in a tournament is all that really matters if you're going to tournament fish. If I'm just out fun fishing, I try not to stare at the scope. I try to just go fishing because I love to fish. I love to actually just figure out the fish the old school baits, fish the way I fished for all these years. I absolutely love it. I'm guessing there's plenty of people like me that, yeah, I stare at the scope a lot. I know how to use it efficiently in a tournament setting, but when I'm not tournament fishing, I'm not staring at the scope. I'm just actually fishing because that's what I love to do. Watching all these fish eat the spinning rod's really, really cool, but there's something about flipping a jig to the bank and feeling that thump, setting the hook, and the fight's on. You can't replace that. That's what got me hooked into bass fishing, and that will be what I continue to look for when I want to just go fishing. You can see why all the people against scope think it's a fast track to learning, and guess what? It speeds up learning a lot. These guys learn a lot in a very short period of time because they're paying very close attention to their screen. Guys that love to scope, that are known as scopers, just wish the other guys would get off their back because they're very, very good at scoping. I promise you, nobody fast-tracked or made their way to the Elite Series just off Livescope. Guys are all very, very good anglers, and they worked a long time to get where they're going. Did it help them out? Did it make them learn faster? Sure, but they spent a lot of days on the water learning that technology. You can't fault them for that. About how weird it would be to fish without Livescope now that we've had it for all these years. It'd be very, very weird. Advice, if you're not for scope but you want to fish tournaments, you better learn how to scope, and you better get really good at it. And if you want to just fish, go do that on your off days, your vacation days, your practice days, whatever. But if you're out there and you want to compete, you better be staring at the scope. No, I don't stare at the scope all the time in a tournament setting. That's probably costing me a lot of fish, but guess what? I'm just hard-headed about some things. There's things I'm going to do my way. It's either my way or the highway, and if I get my ass kicked, so be it. But I'm going to go out swinging the way I want to go swinging.